because right now we're at this, like I said, we're at this precipice where whatever happens now kind of sets the tone for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
For the future, yeah. For the long-term futures.
Take note.
Big Meech! We're here.
My man Alan just been.
It's different this time, but it sounds like you're rich in town. What's up, guys? Terry and Trey here again. Want to give you a little recap of what's going on with our New York Knicks. We're a quarter of the way through the season. We currently have won our last 3 games, which is great. And against some pretty impressive teams, I would have to say.
Some tough competition. What's going on? Where's the tank?
Sometimes tanking it is the only option.
Where's the tank? And what direction are we really taking here?
What direction are we taking? This season, first of all, let's talk about Memphis. Wow. Insane game. I just want to say, this is what the NBA used to be like. And I miss it. I miss tough games. I miss 100 to 90 something games.
It was a rough, tough, slow game. Even the refs, I think, were kind of caught up in that because for the first half of the game, they were not making the normal petty calls that they made.
Right,
they were allowing some of the brutality. They were allowing some of the bumps and bruises, I guess, along the way. And it was almost like they regrouped at halftime to say, hey, we're going to make some calls. And then they started making those different calls after the halftime.
Like, hey, we're in 2018.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I just love seeing that pace. It really brought me back to the NBA like I grew up loving. Moutier's dunk. I think I exploded out of my seat in my apartment. Insane. How did you react when you saw it?
Yeah, I was screaming in my apartment also. Not just his dunk, but the assist and the dunk.
From Burke, right?
From Burke,
yeah.
Because it was like, I'm seeing these guys really playing together, like on another level that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, they are connected and they're really riding for Fizz. That whole game last night, you know, you saw Fizdale almost in tears.
Oh, so emotional. I get so emotional, baby. That was a little Whitney Houston throwback there. But even though he said he wasn't going to be emotional, he was very emotional, yes. They
were fighting for their coach. This bodes so well, not just for this season, but for the future. We've said this all the time. Fizdale is a kind of coach players fight for. Now we're seeing it improve. It's not just like the words anymore. That culture is really coming up.
They are playing for him. They're playing for their favorite teacher, their favorite uncle. Like, they're playing for him. They respect him so much. And they're all getting, not just that they're getting along, they weren't getting along, but they all seem to really like each other, like genuinely have each other's back. Yep. Genuinely like a family.
And that kind of leads into the point of this video. And so we spoke about this before. KP goes down, what, February? Right. 2018.
No, so not even quite a year yet.
Right. We tank. Get Kevin Knox, get a new coach. KP's not going to play for a while. The perfect situation
for us to tank.
Now, tanking, players will never tank. It's an organizational decision, right? And first of all, none of us are upset about what's going on now. What I'm interested in is how this affects what's happening in the future. We started okay, then had that huge 6-game losing streak. Now we went 3 in a row, but 3 quality wins, not just 3 quality wins. The team's looking like they got a rotation set. It's looking like things are kind of figured out.
And the games that we lost weren't big losses.
And they weren't. A couple, most of them were pretty tight.
Yeah, they were tight.
So at this point, in a season where, you know, you could definitely guarantee you get a really high level player in the draft. If we start winning and really start winning, are Perry and Mills brave enough at the trade deadline to say, all right, that was cool. Burke, peace. You know, that was, you know, you improve. I love it. Cantor, peace. You're gonna go to the Kings. They're doing well. They got contracts they can send back.
Vonleh.
No, they want. I think Vonleh someone they'll keep. I think Vonleh, if anyone, they'll keep. Now Moutier, I just can't see him leaving. I think him and Fizz are like this.
I do. I think Moutier wants to play for Fizdale. So I can't see him going anywhere.
So that's when I can't see happening.
Fizdale's trying to develop him, and Fizdale believed in him.
Right.
So
he did. He's the only one who did. He's the only one who did. You know his nickname on Twitter was Boutier before this? No. Boutier.
Oh, man.
Even the Boutier people are reeling it back. They're reeling it back now. So, you have these guys, right? And, you know, the Bulls did this last year. The Bulls started off badly, but then they went on a nice run. Nikola Mirotic, same Mirotic from the Pelicans. Yes. As soon as this thing started, I think they won like 5, 6, 7 in a row. They were going on this crazy streak. And all of a sudden, they were like, nope, this is not happening. They traded Mirotic to the Pelicans because they knew what they wanted. Right. They got, what's his name? Wendell Carter.
Wendell Carter Jr., right?
So, it's so interesting to see what Perry and Mills do because they've spoken about 2019 so much.
I would not want to be in their position in their shoes right now.
What do you do?
What do you do? What do you do with Trey? Trey's December 5th. They have to make that decision as to what we're doing with him.
They're definitely going to keep him. I don't think that's a worry. Like who? I think could be Baker. I think it's Baker or Cornette. Here's my kind of like sleeper pick. Could Dotson potentially be someone they trade? And if someone asks for Dotson,
they haven't been playing him over the last couple of games.
And if someone asks for Dotson with Courtney Lee, so you get rid of the Courtney Lee contract, which you have to get rid of, and he's coming back too. We'll get to that. And someone asks for Dotson, are you like no, or are you like, it's fine. We need to get rid of Lee. Like we like Dotson.
Right.
You have to be a little puzzled with his playing time. What do you think? What do you think of it's so hard because if the NBA was perfect, you would just play the winning team.
Well, there's several players right now that are not playing. You just mentioned Cornette,
right?
Baker, and I like Ron Baker, but he hasn't been playing. Dotson really hasn't been playing that much. Hicks, well, if you even know who that is, he's there somewhere. There's another guy who's not playing.
Kevin Knox.
So we were discussing should Kevin Knox go down to the G League for a hot minute, and would that be beneficial to him in the long run? Because by going down to the G League, at least he's going to play.
Yeah. So Kevin Knox isn't getting minutes.
We need Kevin Knox to develop this year so that next year he's a good player, a good solid piece of the team.
Right. Even with Frank. Now Frank, I'm a little less worried about simply because against the Celtics he played 27 minutes. Last two games combined under 30 minutes, so like 13 and 14 or something like that. But
his shot is getting a lot more confident.
His shot is looking better. He looked, and what's happening with him, I spoke to you about this earlier, is that I think he's seeing Moutier. Yeah, he's playing less minutes. Right. I think he's seeing Moutier and Burke shine. He's coming in way more aggressive because I think he knows in those 15 minutes, if it's all I get,
he has to make an impression.
I have to make an impression.
Right.
Last game in 13, 14 minutes, he had 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. That's incredible production for that period of time. Hit the clutch free throws 8, which was good to see.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in this. So there's a theory. Is it that Fizdale knows Dotson, Frank, Knox, and Mitchell to an extent are going to be here next year?
Right. So he's
no matter what.
So he's like, all right, I got you.
He's like, I got you guys after game 50. 50 to 82, you guys are going to be playing like crazy.
Okay.
But from 0 to halfway through 41, 42 games, I need to know which one of these one-year guys am I keeping. Because the ones I don't want, or the ones that we think we can get a good deal with, we're going to trade in February when the trade deadline's coming. Because I will say this, and I wrote about this for the Knicks wall, check out my piece. If Perry and Mills do nothing, I'll be disappointed.
They have to do something.
I'll be disappointed if it
because then we'll get nothing for nothing for nothing.
Kind of. I mean, you could re-sign these guys, but I mean, last year with Courtney Lee and Tyler Quinn, we saw the same thing. They were kind of caught up in the team. They didn't really like the trades they were getting, so they decided, you know what? Let's stay pat. I mean, they didn't love the trade. They traded Willie, whatever. I felt like they were a little itchy trigger finger there.
Right.
I feel like if they go through this season with these one-year guys and do not make one deal,
then we're losing out.
Then I feel like that's really short-sighted and not looking long-term. Because next year, things are so different.
Right. If KP's back, so
KP's back.
That changes. I need to see him back before next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because I really need to see him fit in with the pieces we have right now.
The way we're playing now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I actually have no idea. It's so weird because when I watch the team, I almost forget that he plays for us. I forget that he's part of the team.
Oh my God. You're still working there?
And then I'm like, wait a minute, like our star player, our number one guy is not even playing on the floor right now. How are these guys going to actually adjust and play with him?
And that's huge because KP's a franchise player. Who's killing it right now? Let's say Vonleh. I don't think so. I think Vonleh and KP fit like a glove. I think they're going to be perfect. But let's just say Vonleh. Vonleh and KP just do not mesh.
Right.
They're not benching KP. They're not. It's Vonleh's going to be. Vonleh's going to move.
This is KP's team.
It's KP's team.
After all, yeah.
So this is such an interesting season. This recent win streak, and not just a win streak, because it's how we've been playing, presents such a conundrum for what we do going forward. I just don't. Honestly, I really don't know.
You mentioned the P word earlier,
and
I'm wondering, are you? I mean, because you hear rumblings of it all the time. As soon as the Knicks start playing a little well, then you start hearing. You know, I've asked people on the street or just in general, and they're like, "Yeah, let's try to make it to the playoffs," and I'm like, I don't really think that's happening. But you know, as the team starts to play better, it's like, oh well, maybe we could make a run for it. And my only thing about making the run for the playoffs, to be honest, I wouldn't be. I'm gonna say I wouldn't be upset either way, and I'll say that because if we did make a run for the playoffs, and if we did come in even as an 8th seed,
we know what that's like in Knicks history.
we know what that's like. But for me, even coming in as an 8th seed, what it would mean was that these guys would get that opportunity to play on that level,
right,
and get the experience, so that in the future, maybe the next year, the next couple of years, when they get to that level again, they're going to have an idea of what it feels like.
That would be huge.
Stage, right?
The worry about that, and I agree with everything you said,
we're going to lose.
Is that these guys may not be here.
Right.
So I think right now, if it was Frank, Mitchell, Knox, Trier, Dotson, obviously Trier is in that group.
Right, then you're fine.
No one. Well, right now, no one would care. People would be elated. They'll be like, "Oh, I said this for the season."
Guys anyway.
If Frank and Knox and Mitchell are the ones winning games, then it doesn't matter if you win or lose, because that's what you want.
That's the team.
The worry is that, and we've seen this with the Knicks. We saw it with Jeremy Lin. We saw it with Chris Copeland. Saw it with Langston Galloway to an extent. Guys come here to develop, and then that money gets thrown in their face.
And they move on to the next.
And they move on.
And you can't blame them, because this is their career. This is their career. They have one opportunity where they're going to get that really big deal, where they're going to sign, for a lot of money, and that's kind of going to set them up, probably set them and maybe even their family up, for the rest of their life. So I can't be mad at someone making that decision.
Trey Burke has 2 kids. I just had a daughter. Trey Burke has been kind of out of the league, not really getting big contracts. He knows this is his shot.
That's why, and he's playing for it. He's playing like a star, and he knows that other teams are watching him. They're scouting him, and they're like, "Hey, that's a good piece for us, and he could be instrumental for our team." So
it's such a precarious time, because I'm like, it's a 1 year. I could say the fan base is ready to accept losing. Usually we aren't. Usually we're really pissed about losing. The last time,
a lot of people are like, "Yeah, team tank."
Right? This is one of the few times I genuinely feel like the overall fan base would have been fine if we had a losing season.
Right.
And we're still losing. It's 7-14. There's a long way to go.
Yeah.
But if we end up being like 11-14 and we're on some crazy win streak, I want to see.
Then what do we do?
I want to see if Perry and Mills just adjust and say, you know what? We're going in with these guys. Let's see what happens. Maybe next year free agency, they're now saying, we don't want to sign you guys. You want to keep the same team together. We're going to pay all these guys.
Right, because we're going to pay everyone. How are we paying everyone?
And we have a cap breakdown video. We're going to talk about the numbers and how it works.
Yeah, he knows all about the cap. I'm still trying to understand and learn what all the terminologies mean. I'm getting a grasp, but he's like an expert. We're
going to break some cap stuff down for everyone. But it's hard to keep these guys, especially not considering what kind of offer Vonleh's going to get from another team. A lot of the teams in the NBA have cap next year. It's not just us. So they're going to be getting, cities with nice weather. What if LeBron calls up Trier and says, "Yo,
LeBron ain't leaving LA. LeBron ain't leaving LA."
No. What if he calls up Trier and says,
and so for him to come to, I got
this beach house property
and a movie deal.
I got a movie deal. I don't know, man. It's
gonna be a sneaker deal.
It's gonna be so interesting. I think Perry and Mills have gotten a lot of support from the fan base, because all they've really done is said we're not doing much. If you think about it, most Knick front offices do a lot. Too much almost.
Right.
They said we're chilling, we're not trading draft picks.
They interfere too much, and then then it's
Perry and Mills have said we're not doing much, we're gonna chill. But they said 2019 is a big thing. What they do is gonna be so telling. But look, aside from that, Knicks are winning. This is excellent basketball. These guys are playing their hearts out. Moutier, man, Moutier's become so likable.
We are seeing the development in front of our eyes, and that's what's great, I think, for all Knicks fans.
Yeah.
We're swallowing our words that we said earlier on in the season. We all are. We're all like, damn.
Not seen a Knick team play this hard. But again, it's like you're going back and forth. Contract your guys. Play at a level that they do not play at when they get their money. And most of our team is what? Contract your guys.
So are we looking at our short-term future, or are we looking at our long-term future? And that's going to be something that they have to, they're obviously they're already discussing that and deciding what they want to do. And we have no idea.
No idea.
We would love to be the fly on the wall in that meeting and really hear what their back and forth is.
Right. And another thing about being a fan, I thought about this. Fizdale, Perry, and Mills have been pretty tight. They've been talking to each other on the same page. Are they having meetings in private? So Fizdale goes in front of the media and says, we're a team. I love my guys. I love these guys. Is Fizdale in practice in private saying, yo, so Hazonia, we gotta get rid of this guy. He's
right.
Moutier is doing well. I like him. Burke, good guy. I don't know. I think we can get. I wonder if we can
get value for him.
That's the thing, because NBA is all about value. No matter how good your guys are, there are always deals to be made.
Right.
And like I said, if they do nothing this year, with all these guys playing so much above their value, because listen, as well as these guys are playing, they have their value for a reason. It's because you're looking at 2 months of evidence versus 5 years.
Right.
Some of these guys. They might have turned a corner.
Also, the age they are is sort of they're at their optimal performance age.
Kind of around there. A little bit before, but like,
right.
that. So I'm wondering, like, if, like, I'm going to cut some of this anyway.
It's fine.
I'm going to say, so my point is, with these guys who are playing so well right now, is Moutier going to be this good in game 50? Like, if Moutier really turn a corner? Because he had times at Denver where he balled out for a period, right? Did he really turn a corner? Because if he didn't,
is this
and we keep him, and now his value's down. And Moutier is not even an example. I think Moutier is fine. I honestly think Moutier did turn a bit of a corner. Burke is a more interesting one to me, because I think teams will be interested in Trey Burke at the deadline. And our Knicks is going to be like, we're winning games, hang up the phone, because good organizations know when to be aggressive and when to be passive. And it's like a yin and yang.
Who do you talk about? There's one particular organization, not the Spurs, but there's someone else you spoke about that very
I'll say,
strategic.
well, the Celtics, because they kind of did it. The Celtics were able to literally compete for an Eastern Conference championship, NBA Finals berth, and tank at the same time because they gave their picks to Brooklyn. It was the perfect kind of, synonymous relationship. And I think it's not, you can't just replicate the same thing, but I do want to see them balance aggression with, being more passive and more patient. Because then I'll know, okay, they're not just, we're not doing anything, we're going to play it safe. They're a smart, I want to see nuance. I want to see nuance in their decision making. So, give me two perspectives. What's your deep down fan perspective, and what's your, bird's eye view organization? How do you feel about this season right now?
Deep down fan perspective, obviously we want to see them win, because when they win, we're happy and it's good, and we're like, yeah, and we're watching these guys develop, and it's like fun. That's kind of how I feel. Just
in general?
In general. Even more so than, oh, let's tank and get this guy. Because I've said this before. You tank... Okay, so we got these great guys that are in the draft, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's amazing. He's this, he's that, and the other. These guys are also playing college basketball. Let's not forget that. They're not playing in the big leagues yet. And sometimes you get this great guy, and he comes, and then he gets injured. Or he comes, and he's not a good fit for the rest of the team. Right now, what I'm seeing is all of these guys are so great together. They fit the puzzle so much so that I want to see what KP is going to do and how they're going to react when he comes back. And I like the homegrown team.
I know this team. I don't think this team can beat Boston or Philly or Toronto. These teams over
a long period of time. Okay.
I don't know if these guys have the talent enough to develop to be able to do that. But you know what? Above everything, we got to see more of the games. Because right now, it's really been a 3-game hot streak. There's been hot streaks in the NBA before. If this team over the next 20 games keeps showing this, let's say they go 13-7, 14, whatever, then it's like, oh, there might really be something here. But it's the Knicks always
exciting, always entertaining.
Yeah, so listen, one thing I'll say though, I like your point. You should live in the moment sometimes, and this is the Knicks team that's playing hard, playing defense and winning games. And you can't say that about a lot of Knicks teams in the last 20 years. So this is just something to be excited about. I want to see them keep it going, because then I want to see, as it keeps going, we're going to see Perry and Mills really decide. And that's the thing. I just want them to make a decision. Even if they stand pat, then I want them to say...
Maybe they've already made a decision and we just don't know.
Maybe we don't. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. See you guys soon.
Peace.